they might want to again invest in some crowd control.
Magical,
honestly, right?
Or magical damage hero.
Chang'e?
Could be both.
Chang'e. True, Chang'e.
Could be both, yeah.
Could be magical damage with some crowd control, because again the lack of crowd control has been a problem for EVOS Singapore. And with so many mobile people like the Lancelot, like the Selena, like the Harith, having some crowd control would be very convenient.
That's true, but it's gonna be
There you
Alice.
go.
All right.
An insurance for the late game. EVOS Singapore, they pick Alice, a good pick. I could say at least they can try to maybe having a 1v1 situation with this Uranus as a threat as well coming from Execration. So guys, prediction. Execration, they have this Jawhead, Selena, Harith, Lancelot, and also Uranus. Meanwhile, EVOS Singapore, they look pretty strong as well with the Alice, Hopeful and Koopa, Granger, Benetta, and also Rafaela. So what do you think, Arashi? Which one?
I think I have to side with Execration on this one.
Oh.
I think again, because you saw Chaknu do so well with a Grok. Imagine him doing it with a Jawhead.
Yep, that's
I think
right.
he's gonna go huge this game.
Okay, what about you, Albert?
If this game is heading towards the late game, I'm leaning towards EVOS Singapore right now. So yeah,
Let's
if they could drag it out to the late game.
But I have to go for Execration. I could say, Albert, I'm so sorry. But let's jump into the lane of down, our second game for our fourth match for today. Execration versus EVOS Singapore. Will EVOS maybe can steal 1 point from Execration, or Execration gonna finish this game with 2-0?
That is the question, guys. But yeah, that's our take. What about yours? What's your take on the composition? What's your take on the execution? Will EVOS SG take game number 2, or will, of course, Execration sweeps EVOS Singapore, guys?
It's interesting because UBL, he will play this Rafaela, and Girl will take this Popo and Koopa. Meanwhile, we've seen an aggressive movement coming from EVOS and also Execration in our first 1 minute.
That is true, guys. But yeah, we can see both junglers already having
The Abyssal Arrow hit into the Girl, but Girl still managed to run away with the support coming from Koopa as well.
But again, if Girl taken quite low here, they might just make a pressure play onto the orange buff of EVOS Singapore.
Yep, true. The Chakno, look at that. He's gonna steal that jungle, okay? Execration, 100%. They don't want to let EVOS Singapore to have a lot of gold in the early phase here.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Looking at the composition, I mean, Execration, Jawhead, Selena, and Lancelot is very, very strong in the early stages, and they need to maximize that hero, that fact.
Yep, but look at Sol in the top lane. Yep,
Oh,
He just wanted to give a poke damage toward this Sol. He just need to make sure that Sol need to go back a little bit, maybe bank some time as well for him to not get his level into level 4.
Well, the timing is convenient now because the turtle has spawned and Sol on that lane has been chunked down quite low, so they might force the issue here.
Yep, but look at that. Oh, at the bottom lane, really a good Abyssal Arrow coming again from E2 Max. I never seen that. Actually, it's maybe it's missed coming from that's E2 Max with this Selena.
I think it didn't miss, guys. It didn't miss.
Didn't
That's
miss
why Alice was
not
stunned.
yet, not yet.
Yeah, so right now Alice is still behind, getting picked off once. But yeah, you can see Kill VJ or Execration in general is controlling the early game as we predicted.
Yeah.
And look at where Chaknu is. He's just deep in the jungle, gaining info, denying the whole upper side of the jungle from EVOS Singapore. So very aggressive positioning for him.
Yeah, he need the stack as well for this Uranus to to make his regeneration maybe stronger and stronger going into the late game. So realize this Renazio, he just need to do what he has to do. He cut all of the minion here. He got the stack as well. And Chaknu, he's still staying there. He's still there.
He's giving out information, meaning like from the top side, there's no enemies, guys. So EVOS SG is either on the bottom side or near the river. So that's just information, and that is a smart play coming from Chaknu.
Yeah, and he even stole that orange buff from EVOS Singapore. But meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Terra not really in a good situation with the Rhapsody and also that Sonata still able to run away, but Sol not really in a good situation as well because remember the coming from Execration just stopped him at the top lane. Meanwhile, look at that, Kalra, this guy
escapes. And meanwhile, Soul has to get taken down top side. Kailra managed to survive, but at the cost of a turret. So I think it's quite even somehow.
Potato?
Yeah, almost. Well, almost a turret, but yeah, I think it's basically will go down in the next wave if not cleared.
The Chakno, here we go. Our Chak Mamba comes. But, yep. Oh, Unstoppable Frost towards that Pokemon, but he still run away. Oh, look at that. Actually, good flicker coming from Chakno here. And even a good follow-up as well from Kailra with the Summon Force. Even though they have to let that turret at the bottom lane gone, but the problem is they still get one member from EVOS Singapore, and it's Pokemon, Alice. So gonna be maybe a threat as well for Execration into the late game, but they stop it in the early phase.
Exactly, and right now Turtle has spawned and Execration trying to set up probably towards that Turtle right now. 4 members already in the area.
Yeah, like you said, RSG, Execration wants to get the objective as soon as possible. They always try to do something before they get this Turtle without any distraction or maybe any contest coming from EVOS Singapore.
And right now, Execration just makes moves so fast that there's no time for EVOS to recover. Once they just lose a man, like earlier when Pokemon gets focused down, they just immediately push the pace and actually go for an objective before EVOS is able to wait for the respawns and get in position.
Yep, look at that. The bottom lane ejector again and again. Chakno, our Chak Mamba really come with a good opening, but sadly, the follow-up is not enough from Execration. Meanwhile, going into the top lane here, Kill Fiji with the Phantom Execution and Infernal Rose, he just want this potato to die in the first place. But look at that! Look at the juke! They're coming with the puncture. They're coming from Kill Fiji. He made it. He survived, guys.
My God, what a fast hand Kill VJ is. That puncture basically makes him escape, guys. And
amazing.
Amazing.
Again and again, Unstoppable Force, they want to shut down this Pokemon in the early. Okay, they don't want to let Pokemon has a lot of space and time as well to get his item. Look at that Kill PG. He doesn't want to stop, even though he have to maybe being punished by this Koopa.
Yeah, well, that is not good calculation from Kill VJ, but then again, items is up. Arashi, tell me what's up.
Again, Uranus already with the Brute Force Breastplate itemized first just because he's going against the Vendetta, making sure he has some lane dominance, but the rest of him just building straight damage.
Yep, Potato comes as well, but Rangio, he just wants to take down that turret at the bottom lane. But it's really a good backup they're coming from Potato as well with the Rob Shoddy. Even though they need 2 members to shut down Rangio at the bottom lane, I could say maybe it's a huge impact
advantage,
as well.
Huge advantage from the side of EVOS SG, and right now we can see 3 members already filling this bottom lane turret, but Kill VG tries to goes in, doesn't have the good
but the Abyssal Arrow hits. Look at that, E2 Max again and again with a good backup for Kill VG.
Huge backup by Kill VJ and his team, but yeah, then again EVOS trying to disengage, and we can see Doghead already started Turtle here, guys.
Knowing that GPL was low and he has to recall, they instantly go again, press the issue, knowing that they have to force EVOS Singapore into bad fights if they want to contest this Turtle.
Yep, but Girl is already realized actually they can contest it, but nope. Execration still able to manage to get the Turtle. Chaknu, really low, but he still managed to run away. Someone first coming as well from the Kailra, trying to even to back up this Chaknu. Chaknu still able to run away and even survive. Soul is gonna be the next target, but Soul needs to run away because he didn't have a lot of resource skill as well right now. He used the eye for an eye, and even though look at that, Chaknu, what
Baited.
are you doing?
God, that's a miscalculation from Soul. 0 through 0 on this Benedetta, and right now Execration, they gain more space. They get the blue buff, or purple buff rather, from the side of EVOS SG, and right now EVOS SG, this is not looking good for them, guys.
That's true, but Pokemon trying to survive with the Blood Out, trying to run away as well with the Flying Blood, but it's really a good backup coming from E2max with the Abyssal Arrow and also Abyssal Trap. This Selena, even though going into the mid game, he's still, kind of annoying.
314 this E2 max on this Selena. 7 total kill participation on 10 total kill points from the side of Execration. But we can see Soul trying to open things. Chaknu is not the target, but of course they are trying to find a pick off. But Kailra already with that taunt, with that recall here, and we can see Oh my god, 3 members of EVOS here.
And here,
Monica.
members of EVOS Singapore are actually kind of pressured to make a play because Ranger is on
Yeah,
the
but
bottom
oh my
side.
god, look at this. Chaknu and Execration trying to defend their top lane, guys, which they succeed. And basically, Lord will be up in 20 seconds, guys.
Yes, RSG.
Yep.
Look
Now-
at that. Pokemon? I don't think that he can try to run away from these 2 members coming from Execration, but Renzio still managed to survive as well. Even though he has to become the sandbag for the second tier turret in the bottom lane, I think, yeah. Execration still managed to maybe keep up all of the domination that coming from
Wow.
Execration. Look at the camera again and again with the Summon Force. This guy, this Harry, he doesn't want to stop. He just want to kill everyone. 2 members down from EVOS Singapore now. It's gonna be a nightmare. EVOS Singapore, they are being forced away to just, go back to the base and defend your turrets because we will go for our first objective, Lord, without any contest.
What I find very interesting is that Execration's positioning has always been 3 people on top, 2 people below, or vice versa. So they've never really grouped up as 5 for the most part. And I don't know if that's intentional to avoid the 5-man team fight composition that EVOS desperately wants to have, or whether it's just coincidence and them being aggressive in both sides of the map, and that's just how they ended up being,
Maybe for Singapore they just want to, overcommit it, I could say.
Yeah, they do not want to overcommit, I think. But oh my god, so
Again and
getting
again,
caught.
E2 Max. Look at that, the Abyssal Arrow. Oh, he still can run away with the final blow. Coming from Soul, almost. Meanwhile, Renzio, that's really a good. That's another that comes from Potato. At least it's gonna be maybe a buying time as well for EVOS Singapore. Execration, they cannot.
Yeah,
they cannot take this Lord with only 4 members.
Yeah, they cannot initiate Lord indeed being a 1-man down. But yeah, we can see EVOS trying to push their lanes, trying to clean their lanes basically because the pressure is still on them right now. But yeah, what's the winning condition for EVOS SG right here, right now, Rashi?
I think they need to play it a bit slow and actually scale into the late game because they do have really good late game options. Again, they did draft more towards a late game situation. They do have a marksman as opposed to the assassin on the side of Execration. So they might stand to gain something by playing a bit safer.
Yeah, and I could say maybe GPL, he has to pay attention for his positioning as well. Because maybe he's one of the key players for EVOS Singapore to survive in the for the team fight into the late game.
Against a team so aggressive at Execration, if you don't manage your positioning, they're gonna notice that opportunity and just dive at you, and before you know it, you're gone.
Yeah, the thing is, EVOS with their composition, right? With Alice, the more they could buy time, the more it favors them. With this Alice trying to find stacks. So I think that is what they are trying to do right now. That is also one of the winning conditions because this Alice could become a huge problem for the side of Execration.
Yeah, that's true. Abyssal Arrow, EVOS Singapore, they have to pay attention with that small fish that coming from E2 Max, It could be a game changer as well for Execration.
And Slaughter is on the table now, so a lot more urgency on the side of Execration. They do try and start it, and if EVOS Singapore doesn't realize, they might just sneak it out.
Oh, and 2 members from Execration are still staying at the bottom lane. Chaknu realized that EVOS Singapore trying to contest it, but it's kind of pretty late for EVOS Singapore. They have to go back right now. They have to defend their base because Execration, now they are ready for the push with the Lord.
That is true, and right now from the members from EVOS SG, they need to back out. They need to defend it because Lord will march in right now. Second number 40 number right now. But yeah, both teams trying to reset here, guys.
Yep, Lord is already marching into the top lane. EVOS Singapore, they have to gather up, I could say, because look at that. It's gonna be maybe the other thing that EVOS can do. Renzio still managed to survive, but Chaknu is gonna be the next the other target here. His immortality is down, but Chaknu is gonna be, he cannot survive with 3 or 4 members that coming from EVOS Singapore. Okay, there's a lot of things as well coming from EVOS Singapore. Even though Execration, they are still able to survive with only 4 members, and even though Lord trying to pick up or maybe do something at the top lane, Potato.
4 versus 4 right now, but we can see Lord already charging towards the top inhibitor, but Kilra gets
Summon Force
chunked, but of course there's no really a committed fight here from the side of EVOS. They want to defend their inhibitors, but wow, we can see the pressure from Execration. Even Execration playing a discipline here, guys. They just want to clear the jungles.
And I think it's a very smart move from them to actually not group with the Lord and they're kind of all feelings together.
Yeah,
and effectively,
split up.
as I was saying, they split up EVOS Singapore so effectively. They just can't ever get a proper 5-man team fight.
After they lose Chakna, I don't think Execration they can pick a team fight here with EVOS Singapore. They just straight away split it up and they even got 2 inhibitor turret of EVOS Singapore. Now, EVOS Singapore, they are being driven away by Execration. They have to find a way how to stop or maybe trying to pick one by one member coming from Execration. But look at that, Rengio trying to survive at the bottom lane here.
Yeah, that's true. And I just looked at Pupa's items, guys. It is a support, but it is a damage support. So there's DHS, there's Deadly Blade in their items, and as well as Thunderbolt.
But look at
big
Kelra
fight.
by himself in the middle lane, trying to pop up the jump on the floor, trying to pick someone.
My
Pokemon's
God.
gonna be the first target by Execration. Renzio still staying in the front lane. Look at that. It's really a good backup coming from Chakno as well with the ejector. And at least EVOS Singapore now they lose 2 members. Execration, they are trying so hard to push with the super minion coming from the top lane and also the bottom lane.
Things are not looking good for the side of EVOS. 3 versus 5 right now, and they're looking for the
Chakno
inhibitor.
Sabover Force played too far, but at least he got 1. Renzio trying to maybe back him up. But look at that. Again and again, Kara, no one can stop this guy. It's gonna be double kill for Kara. And look at that. It's gonna be wipe out for EVOS Singapore. Execration. They take game number 2.
2-0. The pattern in game number 1 is still on, guys. Match number 1, 2-0. Match number 2, 2-0. 3, and right now 4. Match number 4, 2-0 as well. And it's still a pattern, guys.
Wow.
Come on,
Don't give Kara hurry.